So from what you've seen in the AI space, there's obviously, you mentioned ChatGPT. That's of course the most well-known use case of AI at the moment. There's a lot of other projects out there, and it brings me back to the 2018 ICO craze, right? When you had a million different projects and white papers getting thrown out there. What are some of the most exciting use cases around, like in AI, that you've seen, or just use cases that you'd like to see? What excites you about the AI space?
Yeah, so AI is just the most disruptive and transformative technology in my lifetime, and I think in all of our lifetimes. It's going to disrupt every, I would say, white collar profession and knowledge work. It used to be that we were afraid that technology was going to eliminate blue collar work, but with robots and machines. But it turns out, I think, after the launch of this generative AI and GPT, that it's really the knowledge work and the white collar stuff that I went to Berkeley and UC Irvine for my business degree, and it's like everything I'm good at, it seems like AI is going to be able to do better. So it's a struggle to be able to navigate. I think even for myself as a founder, right? Like even all these it makes building startups so much easier. It's like doing business, doing accounting, doing legal work, doing marketing, doing coding. Every aspect of building a business is totally transformed with AI. Because of that, you could imagine so many types of business. I imagine instead of having, let's say, 100 or 1,000 startups in any particular region a year, you're going to have like tens of thousands. Like everyone's going to be able to create startups without even a team. Really, they can build an AI team that does so many of the functions of an organization. And so there's a balance to this as well, because I see a world where we're trying to get more people to contribute, right, to projects. So we're trying to get more people, like the humans, involved and use this as an opportunity. But then I think it's going to have to be where the productivity level of everyone has to be almost 10x, right? Because the technology is just there. And then, so being able to organize in such a way, in a sustainable way, where you get all the talent of us humans embedded in an organization, I think that's going to be a key for success. There's going to be a competition between like the single owner startup that is just leveraging AI like to the max. And then I think you have to build from a smaller group. But then I think we want to also just get everyone involved. The customer user or the customer contributor, the customer owner concept of Web3, I think is important. And I think that's where if you design the organization correctly, you can have that. So you can enable everyone or more and more people to contribute. And so it counters this idea that you're just going to have these single founders doing everything, single solo founders like really dominating. I do think there might be some of that, but I do think, hey, there's so much value that everyone can bring to an organization. As long as incentives are right, that model can work. We just have to balance it and figure out like exactly what's going to work. And so that's what we try to do with some of the tools that we have that we enable startups to use, is this governance platform where people should be able to contribute a lot earlier to a project, whatever function that particular startup needs, whether it's marketing, development, operations, and just try to make it a very open source system, build in public, use those kinds of concepts to really, I would say build in a more stable way, rather than if you were to be private, right? I think you establish trust that way when you build in public. There's no learning curve. If you're building all in public, everyone knows what you're doing and they can contribute immediately, because they can just watch some videos of everything that you've done in the past and then realize, okay, hey, I have an idea that can help your startup, and immediately get rewarded. Like this kind of system is very difficult with shares. Like shares, you have to have all this legal work. You can't just issue a token and say, okay, hey, like this is you're now part owner of this organization.